Hi guys, we are live. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Today, Kat and I, well, she's just restarting her computer. She's having a little bit of an issue with her computer, but she'll be right back. Today, we're going to review our luxury mindset. So that we do that every year in January. We talk about our new resolution, new goals for the year, and then mid-year, so already July, happy July. We're going to review everything and see how we've been doing and the progress we've made. So while we're waiting for Kat to restart her computer, I'm just going to go over maybe the calendar because I've made even a couple changes after we posted it. So let me just go to the calendar while she's restarting her computer. So here's a new calendar. I posted on the community post. I reposted it again today because I updated the subject on the 19th for the members. So thank you so much to the lovely member who reminded me, oh, remember you wanted to do this topic? And I was like, yeah, totally forgot. So members, if you're a member, please email to either Kat or I with your new ins, what you bought. You can share just your collection if you want, anything you want to share, or you can even share things that you sold, you just want to talk about. So send pictures and a little paragraph and we'll put it all together. And that's going to be our yearly member sharing. So you should have seen also on the community post that I posted today for members only that I kind of announced that over there. So you have all the details there. You have all our email addresses. But if in case you don't, here it is. You can email either Kat or I or both, and we'll put it together for that week. And please, please, please send it by July 16th if you can, so that it's not so last minute and not too many to put together last minute. But send them as, send them as quickly as you can throughout the next couple weeks. So that's the calendar. On top of that, next week we're going to talk about the cruise runway, the one with the toe-less shoes. Fun. And then a little topic on the 18th, and then member sees first on the 25th. And that is July already. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Let's see. Can we see if Kat is back? No, I don't hear anything. She's not back yet. She is not back yet. Let me just chat with you guys a little bit while she restarts her computer. Maybe if everyone can also put on the chat what's been your resolution this year and update or any changes to what you're gonna plan for this year. Here she's back.
Hi. Sorry.
Yay.
Yay. My computer was like, maybe I had too many browsers and stuff open, so a quick restart was perfect.
Yeah, it happens. All right. So I just talked about the calendar a bit. We'll remind everyone again as well, but here is our resolutions, a little update, mid-year update, and we'll just go over all the slides that we had, but talk through them. So I'll let Kat get started first.
Yeah. I think you need to, are you sharing the screen? No.
I am. You can't see it? Oh, you know what? Let me let me go back to here. So now you should see it. You should see it.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Okay, hang on. Okay. So, I said definitely I'm going to get a wallet because I was talking about this long wallet that I never got. But oh, you know what? I did get a wallet, but it's not with me right now. So I did get a wallet, so that was successful. I got the LV wallet, LV Murakami wallet. It's called the Victorine, so that was nice. And then I wanted to do a short trip. Wanted to do it in September. I wanted to go to Australia. But when we did this wish list, there was an oil crisis.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Crazy.
Where flights were still, like, okay.
I know.
But it's so crazy expensive. So I spent my money somewhere else, but we can talk about that. I wanted to upgrade my Apple Watch, but I'm still thinking about it. Not sure. I recently I got this. Let me show you. Oh, my table's a mess. Oops. I recently got myself one of these rings.
Hold on. Oh, the smart rings. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been okay. I mean, like, I've been just tracking my steps and stuff like that, right? So I'm not really using the Apple Watch that much ever since I took this out. And it's been good because I guess having the Apple Watch on my wrist is very convenient because all my Apple Pay is inside. But by using this, I have been able to wear stuff on my hands. Like I can wear my watch, I can wear my jade, I can wear bracelets, I can wear whatever I want without saying, okay, I gotta have a fixture on my Apple Watch which tracks my steps, my payments, and yeah. So it's quite interesting how by just changing the item, now I'm not so stuck on my Apple Watch. I don't feel like I need it on my wrist. And yeah, anyway, not sure if I'll buy my Apple Watch is still okay. It was sort of just say itchy backside. Just wanted to refresh it. Maybe not. Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I have one of those rings too. I use it mostly for
Oh, am I
sleep.
still lagging?
You are lagging, but hopefully it's okay while we're going through the slides. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as we hear you. The moment we can't hear you properly, then I'll let you know as well. Yeah. But yeah, you are lagging. Like
Okay.
your image is lagging, but hopefully with the slides, we can still just hear you for the time being.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but okay. Well, maybe when we talk about the slides, I will drop off and restart my router. I'm not sure. It has been happening this whole week. Okay, so the last thing is the BV bag. I wanted the shoulder bag, but I guess this year I halfway made a decision that I would just admire it from afar because it's a lot of money, and I don't know whether it's the nostalgia. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I have sort of put it out of my wish list.
Okay. But and then nothing to replace that to like that you are maybe interested
Maybe
in.
the Chanel bag.
But it's good. So like remember last year you didn't have a wish list, so this year you decided you're gonna make a wish list and keep it simple. So far it seems okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Okay. Then is this mine?
Yeah, it's still all yours.
Yes, this is mine. Yeah. Okay. Forever mindset. Yeah. So when we did these slides, I was doing quite a bit of Lux chit chats, and one of the things that came out from the Lux chit chats was to buy. I guess one of them was sort of like buying for retirement, and how when you are at retirement, the bags just you don't need bags for work anymore. Because I think for the longest time, I was always thinking, okay, buy this bag because it'll go great for work, going out, it'll be good for this, but it'll also be good for work. But in reality, I don't really use my bags to go to work. I actually use my Songmon bags or whatever bags that I had before, like Longchamp for work. Because I think for work, even though the idea is nice, but in reality, it doesn't happen for me. So I don't bring it to work. So I think for this sort of like a forever mindset, I was going towards when I buy bags moving forward, I want to buy bags that are just I just want. I want them. I want them for whatever reason, whether they're beautiful colors or fun style, or is my future 70-year-old Kai Kai handbag. I'm not going to just focus on bags that must have a multi-purpose, like a multi-purpose function, must be good for work as well, or on all of that. So yeah, that's where I am, and this mindset is still going strong. Still going strong.
Very good. Yeah, I agree, because I don't do that for bags as much, but I do the same for clothes. I'm like, oh, maybe I can buy this when we have this place to go to, or this wedding to go to, or whatever. Like, I just always for an occasion that's not there yet. And a lot of times, some time passes, maybe years passes sometimes, they still have tags, and then they don't fit anymore. I'm like, oh my God, why did I buy it? And they were not necessarily that they were all expensive or anything, but it's such a waste when, sometimes they are expensive and you're just like, oh, now you have to consign it because you never wore it and you'll never wear it and you never had that occasion. So I try not to do that for clothes myself as well.
Oh, okay. So this one I failed, huh? I failed because I bought the Murakami in the end, right? And now I am thinking about the Chanel bag. So I think this is really difficult because social media is so powerful. I'll still keep trying, right? I did manage to pull back a lot on other things like makeup and all. So this year, the only collection that I fell for, and there are so many collections, was the Chanel denim. But other than that, I haven't bought any other makeup. I've been really, really, really good with it. But when it comes to bags, and it's like, oh, I fell for it. I jumped in again on that dang Murakami wallet. And then now I'm thinking about Chanel. Like, what happened? What happened?
Are you using the wallet though, the Murakami one?
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not bad, even if it's trendy.
I was just what it is,
Is it though? Because it's a rule that you made up for yourself. As long as you're using the item, even if it's trendy, it's fine.
Which is what I told myself, right? So because it came out again, a few more drops, very tempted to get bags, but I said, you know what? If I'm gonna fall for it, I'll get something that I actually need. Which is why I moved from buying, the bag to a wallet, and I still get a little bit of something from it. And I actually needed a wallet for my wish list. So it matchy, but I don't know whether it's a forever thing. Doesn't matter, because I do need a wallet to at least keep my cards in place rather than all stacked up in a Calvi Duo every time I take it out or whenever I need to take it out. And I have a mix of cards and all that, right? Because I've got Malaysian cards as well. So definitely came in handy, but I don't want to fall back into this hype stuff again, right? Trendy and hype. Which is why in some ways, I think I did quite well with the makeup side. There are so many launches. Like, yeah, so many. Okay, no, I just bought that Chanel one. There's one that I was kind of hoping to get, but they didn't launch in Singapore. So it's interesting that now that the crazy launch happened in your side, now, and it hasn't come here, I feel like it's far enough away. That's the Marc Jacobs launch with all the cutie makeup packaging. I still would get it, but I feel like now that it's launched a while, I'm more wise on what I would buy. Maybe I'll just buy one of the eyeshadows. So yeah, I'm still working on this. The Chanel was surprising. Honestly, the Chanel caught me off guard. I think it's because I went into store and I saw it. Because if I didn't, I'll just, from afar. And you know that both of us, we love leather, right? When you touch Hermes leather, you go like, holy cow, this is so nice. And that's what happened when I touched the bag. I was like, what happened? Well, where did all that plasticky leather go? So nice. So yeah, bad mistake, okay? Because it was Hermes level leather at the bags. Obviously, they had the Hermes level pricing. So yeah, the designs are still trendy, I have to say. Such a problem. Such a problem. Oh.
I'm trying to just like, I guess hearing you, I understand. It's sort of like you have a struggle because you feel like this is a rule you want to abide by, but then at the same time, I I guess I don't see it as being too bad because like the wallet you are using it, and even the Chanel bag, yes, it's Hermes level pricing. I think that's where the guilt comes from. At least it would be for me. But you would be using the bag too, so that's where I'm kind of like, oh, but
I
is it
better
that bad
be.
though?
Oh my god. At $12,000, I better be sleeping with the bag like a bolster,
Exactly.
okay?
But that's what I mean. Like, it's these are goals that we set for ourselves. Yes, it's a luxury mindset. We try to abide by them, but at the end of the day, nothing is predictable, right? Like you said, the oil thing was not predictable. The whole like the whole Blasey just kind of revamping everything and making things actually usable and like nice again. Like we didn't foresee that, and it just so happens that it feels like a trendy bag, maybe because it feels trendy because it's all the hype right now. But if you are using the item, then it's okay, right? I don't know. Like that's where
I
I'm
guess.
trying
I
to like
hope so. I'm gonna pull a comment. I'm gonna pull a comment from Joe, which is, probably where I am struggling on. I haven't
Mhm.
jumped onto the Joe train yet, but to some extent, right? So the rest of my collection is so classic and time proof already. I agree. Like it's reached the point for me that it's brown and black Birkin. It's a black Kelly. It's like ugh. Which is
Yeah.
good, which is good. Okay. I mean, it's good. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful, blah, 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 as yada, yada, yada. But it's so time proofed and so classic. Exactly, Joe. Thank you for the words. So when I see a gorgeous pink bag, I'm like, ah, it's calling to my inner child, which goes against the fact that why did I build such a classic collection in the first place? So yeah, I'm struggling on that. And then on top of that, you got Chanel, which is obviously part trendy, trying to be classic. It's this tug of war there, but then they add such great leather. So it's wow. Chanel yeah, I think the price point is also the main dilemma. Like if that bag, the ones that I was looking at were in the under 10, 8, 9. We won't be having this conversation, okay? We won't be having this struggle. It'll be like, I'm gonna unboxing, members only.
I know, right? All right.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
doesn't
so
sound
anyway,
too bad
I'm
to
gonna
me.
still blacklist anything hype, really truly hype
Yeah.
and trendy. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
do it, right?
Yeah. Of
And
course.
I think I need this to have self-control. But if
Yeah.
I do if I do fall off this bandwagon, that item has to be super. It has to be super hype. Like it has
Yeah.
to be good rather than buy anything under the sky that's trendy. So I feel like this is a good reminder for me that you should not jump into it.
Mm.
And if you do jump into it, there should be a real purpose. Like why? Like why? Does it make your heart sing until Mars or something? Then
Mm.
okay, fine.
Yeah. Which is good to always do this kind of mid-year review, right? We're kind of refreshing our own memories. Even as I was going through the slides myself, I was like, oh yeah, I said that.
As I look at this, definitely was not a low buy year.
Explain. That's what we talk
Has
about
it been a
yeah.
low buy year for you, Amy?
No. You know what I mean? The
Just
members
scrape this
know.
kind of slides for the rest of our lives.
We're just lying to ourselves. But no. But yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I mean, I didn't buy makeup, right? Didn't buy much, but I jumped onto the jade train, and that Girl, those are Birkins right there, okay? Birkins, so plural. They are expensive hobby. I'm stopping. I take a break because I need to wear them. But I definitely I definitely did some pre-spend and a Birkin over there.
Mm.
They're expensive. They're literally like gemstones, right? But anyway, I went there. I'm actually very happy about it. Like I really enjoyed the several not few. Maybe when I first started it was few, but the several pieces that I collected. I'm really happy with it. But again, like any kind of set of jewelry, you get a set and then you just have to use it. So which is what I am doing now. And I like it. Yeah, no, did not do well. So let's not talk about you. What about you, Amy?
Well, this is not my goal though. But no, definitely not a low buy year for me either. I mean, my Achilles heel, which we'll talk about it later, is like ready to wear, obviously. And like, I don't know. We'll talk about it later because I do have a slide on that.
Thoughtful
But like,
spending. I'm looking at it like bleh.
but like you said, right? Like you said, like your jade is your Birkin spend. My ready to wear is literally also a Birkin spend right there. Like I think I told
Yeah.
you behind the scenes, I told you, I'm like, I think
I'm
I
gonna
spent
cry.
this much on ready to wear so far this year. And of course, I've shown a lot of it already. One of my videos went up again today. I said in the video that I skipped on the winter stuff because I was literally like getting so hot trying on them. So I was like, oh, let's not do winter because but I have some winter stuff that is stashed away now that I also bought. I mean, I bought throughout the year, right? So it's not all at once, but still, that's just like throughout the year, every month, few pieces, and it adds up so fast. Even though I'm buying ready to wear that is mostly pre-love, like some of them I buy in store, it doesn't matter. Everything adds up super quick, and even the pre-love market is going up. It's like, oh my goodness. And then on top of that, I'm still on my journey. So it's like getting a bit out of hand, but which is why like talking through these slides is good. Like, was it a low buy year for me? Absolutely not. But was it like bad? I don't know. I wanted to work on my ready to wear. So was it bad? I'm still fulfilling my goal to really curate my wardrobe. So I don't know if it's bad, but I am feeling a little guilty because it is a lot of money. But yeah, this is not my rule. That's your rule. A low buy.
I know, but you know, we all try,
I know.
which is why I'm reading books like Tiny Habits.
Well, so that's why I was, it was a bit curious when you started buying jade, right? I'm like, oh, all of a sudden you have this new hobby and and like, there must have been a reason for you to better spend your time on that rather than, and you actually enjoy it. So in that sense also, is it that bad, right?
It started in the beginning of the year, where they say you need to wear a little bit of jade. It started like that, like for feng shui, right? You need a little bit. Then I'm like, oh, a little bit. What is this? And then I was like, oh, I dug out a few of my old childhood jade, and I was looking like, it's so nice. Why is it been stashed in the depths of my cupboard? And I started to wear it, and I'm like, oh, where am I going with this? And that's when I dived in and like, holy cow, I didn't know jade looks like this. Like, because I guess the mentality is that it's just green stones, ugly, like that. But as I went into the world of jade, I was like, oh my God.
It is interesting because I feel like, both you and I, or everybody who loves fashion or anything for that matter, any hobby you have, we all have to have a little bit of addictive qualities to us. Otherwise, we won't just like buy one and be over with it, right? Like some people can just buy one. They're like, that's what they need. They buy it. That's what they use for like a long time until it breaks. Whereas we're like literally collecting the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to curate my whole wardrobe for the entire year.
Whatever it is, right? You collected, you're ready to wear. Like you want a few pieces. I went like one, and then I said, okay, I'm collecting the whole set.
Oh, I'm still collecting the whole set.
Yellow,
believe me.
blue, whatever. And then
Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. I know how it
Oh
feels.
my god! Now I have like every day I'm like opening my jade. I shall wear a purple one today.
Yeah, wear them.
Like, ooh, I
Definitely.
shall wear the green, apple green. Oh my god!
Wear them, definitely.
I know. Anyway, so it's been fun, and the funny thing is, I also found that after I started to buy it, like look at it, and when I started to, when you're aware of something, right? Then you see like, holy cow, actually it's really popular because I see so many women wear it in men
Yeah.
as in Singapore, right? And not like aunties. I don't say aunties. I'm also a part of the auntie group right now, but youngsters. So I
Mm.
actually asked a few that I bumped into from in the gym. I said, "Hey, nice, your jade bracelet." I said, "Yeah, I bought from where and when." I was like, "How? Why? So you're so young, why?"
Yeah.
Then some of them said, "Oh, they like it because it looks different than the
Mm.
regular um like sapphires and diamonds. I think it's just something else." And I
Yeah.
think they also like the history behind it. So yeah, it was quite fascinating to find out that it's growing, which is what I spoke to some of the the sellers, not resellers, sellers. They said that there has been a huge boom this past few years in this space. Meaning
Yeah.
like you're ready to wear, right? Maybe last time it's $1,000. Now it's like 3, 4.
I know, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's true.
Okay. My one, I think this is my last one, right? Okay. I have been pretty good at this one.
Mm.
I mean, I fell off the wagon a little bit middle of the year, but then I picked it up again maybe about 2 months ago. So it was a bit up and down where I started to negotiate myself again, where I'm like, oh, just now 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I'm still working on this, I would say, right? Where if I tell myself to do something, I better do it. And I think it's almost like listening to your inner voice, whether it's, being more grateful. I have my grateful diary, my diary that, again, I was really good at the beginning. I fell off. I'm starting up again. Same with alcohol right now. I've been really, really good at it. Just,
Mm.
I mean, I think what I have, how do you say it, to make it more successful is I'm very good at not wanting to take a tipple at night. In fact, I'll be fine with a juice or just water, sparkling water right now compared to last year. But if I suddenly have that urge, I'm like, man, I really need a drink tonight. I'll allow myself. So I think that has been helpful then to have the timeline of no, the whole weekday and only Saturday, Sunday. Because I think when that happened, I tried that, it worked. But when that happened is over the weekend, I may, instead of usually one, I have two, maybe three. And then by the next day, I'll be like, because I feel
Mm.
like it's weekend, party time, right? Maybe when I was in my 20s, I could do it. But now, um, so yeah, right now I have no issue with it. So I can go whole week without it, or I'll have maybe feel like a drink on Wednesday, I'm fine the next day. So it's good. It's really good that I started it a year ago. So in a way, I can negotiate with myself for this one, but most times I don't even need to. And then for exercise, oh, I've been good this one. Beginning of the year, I didn't start, but now I think the last 3 months I've been doing like small exercises at night, because in my class when I teach, I do the exercise, but then most of the time I would run off for the next class or run home, take care of Nato. So I never actually allow myself as the trainer to rest. A lot of
Mm.
members after a class, they will go outside, they will sit down, they will stretch for another half an hour, but I don't. I rush off. So I think it's an accumulation of tightness. So what I do right now is I force myself before I jump onto bed and sleep is to spend about 5-10 minutes of stretching. And then, or in the morning when I wake up, I'll do about not 5-10 minutes, but like a few minutes of stretching. And it's been really good.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good for my back. It's good for my shoulder. I haven't complained about shoulder pain for a while, right? Because I've been doing just a really simple stretch. And yeah, it's been great. So I'm gonna keep chugging along on this. Gotta stop negotiating with myself, especially in the mornings when my alarm hits and I'm like, snooze. I'm like, just one time. And then next time, and I hear it again, right? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna get out of bed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm on the bed for another hour, wasting my life away.
I know exactly what you mean. For me, it's the evenings, because I like to just wind down and watch shows at night. And then, when you watch Netflix or any shows really, that, it's so easy to keep going because it just automatically skip to the next episodes. And you're like, oh, just one more, or just the beginning of next one. And then it just goes on for hours. And for me, that is where I keep negotiating with myself. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Just one more. Like, that's my nemesis. But I totally agree with you with like the little habits, like your stretching thing. For me, I did something along the lines of that. I'll explain when it's my slide, but I totally agree that little bit of habits, when you do them right away, and it only takes a small, like if it's just like only 2 minutes you have or 5 minutes you have, you do it right away. It compounds because you establish that habit that you just do every time. You just don't even think about negotiating. There's no negotiation. You just do it, and then
Just
it
do it.
becomes a routine that you just are used to, and that
Yeah.
compounds over time because you're doing it often, right? So that's a really good job there.
Thanks. The exercise, I'll tell y'all what's the exercise. It's an Asian squat.
Oh, that's great.
I think I mean, some of you who can squat all the way down and just stay there, like just sit there. I could do that for forever until the last couple of years where I can still go down, but I can't stay down. It's like I feel so much tightness in my back and my shoulder, and it's accumulation of my knee injury. So if you never had a leg injury, be like, what? But if you have, these are the small issues that will creep up over time. Tightness at the ankle, tightness at the knee and the hip. So over time, it has been accumulating, and I think that's why it's been from there. It shoots up to my shoulder. So I've been it's just like one side of my body is like crashing. So to undo it, it was really hard because I couldn't even stay on the ground for like 30 seconds. I'm like, I need to get up. But now, after doing it every day for, I don't know, a minute or two, I'm back to normal. I'm back to squatting like a baby on the floor. Yeah. But I mean, there are days, right? I'm not saying every day is perfect, but there are days that I'm extra tight, then obviously I can't. But most days it's like just sitting there like I should sit there and like drink my coffee as well. Like
Yeah. Great.
It's so good.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. Yes, that was your last slide. So mine. So part of my reset for this year, I wanted to keep my wish list for bags really simple. Basically, I've been doing that since last year, maybe even the year before, but it's for sure last year I wanted to keep my handbag collection simple, as in I would only have 1 or 2 major handbag wish lists. And it's usually one Hermes, and well, last year there was a Chanel. This year I just wanted to keep it even more simple. I'm just working on, or I'm just wishing for one bag, and it was, another Mini Kelly, right? So it avoids a lot of distraction for me by just having, tunnel vision on one thing. Obviously, it's a little boring and it doesn't account for any unexpected things that might come my way. But I'm okay with that because as long as I just keep it simple, it helps with getting too distracted. And I'm allowing myself for distractions if they are good distractions, not that they have been too many, but I guess you and I have maybe a common one that we like. I haven't seen it yet because I they didn't have it in my store, so I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if I'll actually love it or not. But just judging from other people's feedback, all the other unboxings, it seems it's amazing. So I'm gonna like keep it open mind, but as of right now, my wish list is still really simple. I want another color of Mini Kelly, and it's still the same goal. Haven't achieved it yet, but that's sort of, you know, my goal is to just one. And yeah, so far nothing really progressed in that area. Like there is no bag to share, but it I think keeping it simple and not having a huge wish list like I used to is working for me in the bag department. For jewelry, I didn't have a wish list. I didn't want to have a wish list because for me, jewelry has never really been a super big issue in terms of like making too many impulse purchases. I think of all the jewelry I bought, I only maybe consigned or sold 2, and they're both rings. One of them just didn't fit anymore, and then the other, I just didn't really have a need for it. Plus, I do have all my fingers, most of my fingers occupied by now. So, in terms of jewelry, especially fine jewelry, I don't have a very big impulse. And so I decided for this year, I'm not even going to have a wish list. I'll just buy it when it feels right. And it's been okay. So the latest jewelry piece that I revealed and unboxed was the choker, the Kelly choker, and I love it. Obviously, you guys know it's part of the journey. You know, you do it for pre-spend, but whether how should I say it? Like I have to pre-spend anyway. So if I'm gonna pre-spend, I'm gonna buy something that I know I will wear a lot and I would not get tired of. Knowing that I had a good experience with the bracelet version. The bracelet version, I do wear it quite often. Every time I walk out the door, I basically put it on and I wear it. But then the necklace is, which is why I bought it second after the bracelet. The necklace is more like if I have a special occasion to wear it, or that fits my outfit. And a lot of times, if it doesn't fit on the neck, I'll try to put it around the wrist and wear it as a bracelet too. It just takes a little bit more time. So it depends on how rushed I am. But I do really like that piece. So it serves a multi-purpose. It serves as a pre-spend, and it serves as a jewelry that I see myself, you know, using until until I, you know, can't wear stuff on my body anymore. But not keeping a wish list has also worked out quite well for me for jewelry.
That necklace is a beautiful piece. I was actually looking at my Hermes jewelry collection and I was asking myself, would I still wear this? Should I consign it? Should I let it go? But as I was looking at it, because I haven't bought like rings for a while. So I was looking at some of the rings to see whether, you know, do I still love it? Like this ring that you have, I was like looking at it, but it's been what, 2-3 years? As I look at it, I was like, it's good purchase.
Nice, yeah.
Right. So I think with jewelry, you can't really go wrong with it because it has ups and downs. Maybe you wear it after a while, you feel a bit like bored with it. Then if you like want to I say reuse your money, you may think, okay, this is a good place to resell. But if that passes and you kind of keep it a little bit and reuse it again, at least for me, right, as I recycle through my jewelry collection, actually some of the pieces we have are really nice from Hermes because it's subtle. I was wearing the finesse necklace. After a while, I kept it because I was wearing it too much at one point, and I kept it and I wore other things. And I just took it off to wear some of my ideal jewelry. But I was wearing that necklace for I think for 2 weeks plus in a row. And I was like admiring it. I was like, wow, really nice, huh? Like, really, because the diamonds are so sparkly, they're so beautiful. So Hermes, even though their jewelry is obviously for the pre-spend, but there's a nice touch to it.
I agree.
I'm not sure it's like minimalistic modern. I don't know. There's something about it. It's and they use good diamonds. So
Actually, that's a
right? I
good point.
guess.
I like I said, I only consign or let go of 2 pieces of fine jewelry so far. They're both rings, and both of them don't have diamonds. And
Mm,
so I think that's where I'm also I think last year I had my goal of like if I buy jewelry, it has to be diamond jewelry, which I think is a good goal to have because I feel like in the moment you're gonna feel like when you're making the purchase, the diamond version and the non-diamond version, huge price difference, right? Like it's quite
yeah.
huge. It's double as it's at least double, right? So it really in the moment you'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, like maybe I shouldn't spend that much and just buy the regular version. But hindsight is always 2020, right? In my experience, every time I buy a diamond piece, and of course, yes, I take a long time to consider them, but that feeling you're describing, if you're not even if you're not wearing all the time, but, like, once you wear it, you're like, "Wow, it's so nice, like, I'm so glad I got this one." Like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of money, but, "Oh, I'm so glad I got this one versus the other one." Like, you just feel that way, and it's kind of an investment in a sense that it's an investment for your emotional attachment to it. Like, it just makes you feel good about it, not an investment in terms of money, because obviously whenever you resell fine jewelry, you're not getting the full value if you're even lucky to get half of the value, right? So, I think it just yeah, for me, it's the same thing. Buying when it feels right and buying what feels right. For me, buying the diamond version, a lot more money. If I'm not ready to buy it, wait and buy the diamond version. Like, wait until you're ready to buy the diamond version, then buy it. Um, at least that's for me. That's my goal. I feel like, it is already a big purchase. Why not just buy the nicer one that you're gonna love wearing even more?
I
And, as
agree.
for
So
the
yours
Hermes
is diamonds, right? Which is
yeah,
why gemstones are very popular now because
right.
if you just buy a plain gold or plain white gold or silver item, it it's nice, but if you add some sparkle to it, whether it's
Yeah.
diamonds or a sapphire, a ruby, or like I don't know, jade, something that's got a bit of like
Special, something
not just
special about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
something special. It's not just the sparkle, but it's
Yeah,
almost like there is this organic look to it because of the stone.
yeah.
It whether it's diamonds or not, but it adds something else to just what like one chunk of gold. so
Mhm.
so yeah, I agree with you. Yours is diamonds, right? Saying going with diamonds because they sparkle so nice.
They
They look so
are.
nice.
And as for Hermes, right, like, I could have bought some other brands, although Hermes for me, for the choker, for example, it was for pre-spend, but it was an item that I already liked and wanted. I just had to wait a little bit to buy it because it was expensive, one thing at a time. But I do totally wholeheartedly agree with the designs too. It's like they are so unique because nobody else, no other fashion houses make the same thing, and that feels special to me as well. Yes, it is
Mm,
pre-spend, we've established that, that's also a reason, but that's like 50% of the reason. The other 50% is I actually like the piece. So it counts for something. And yeah, so far, jewelry working really good, especially fine jewelry. I will say I did have a very iffy moment with some costume jewelry because I think I don't even remember when I talked about it, but I think I mentioned that I went shopping with my friend Clara here. We went to the new Chanel opening, the new Chanel store opening here in Oak Ridge, and I was really tempted by some costume jewelry, like really, really, really tempted. In fact, I went back home and I sent pictures to her and I'm like, "Oh, should I get it?" And then she's like, "Oh, just sleep on it and think about it." And then of course I didn't buy it, but I'm so glad that I didn't because these things I told myself never to buy costume jewelry again or try not to buy costume jewelry again because it's such a it's not that they don't serve me, they are beautiful, but they're not long lasting, they're not like forever like the fine jewelry, and they do disappoint me over time, like the breaking down and just there's no value in them other than they are nice and pretty to look at. They are costume, they're fashion, so there is a component that I like about it, but I'm just glad that I didn't go that route. I didn't end up buying it because it's so easy to spend 1,500 on a pair of the new earrings, whatever, and just be, you know, you're happy in the moment, but there's no longevity with it. And I'm not
Yeah.
squashing all fashion jewelry out there. Like if that's your thing, I had a phase with it, but I should remember that there's a reason why I let go of so much of my costume jewelry is because that phase is pretty much over for me. And I was really, really tempted to go back and buy it though. It was just like a spur of the moment. It was like, you know, new store, new collection, new blasé, everything was like fresh. And I felt really, really close. The mistake of buying it, but thank goodness I didn't. So yes, no pressure, buy it when it feels right, but like still stick to fine jewelry. I should remember that. So, but that was really close. Okay, for my wardrobe. So I talked about ready to wear before. This year and even last year, I started this goal. I wanted to curate. I'm not gonna call it capsule wardrobe because it feels impossible, but it's the idea of a capsule wardrobe. I want to have quality basics. I want to have the neutral pieces. And I'm trying to focus on the actual ready to wear, like the quality pieces versus just the Uniqlo fast fashion. I haven't done a lot of fast fashion shopping. I mean, I did buy some Uniqlo t-shirts, like the plain black, white, gray type of thing. I did buy them. I did wear them. But it's true that it doesn't make my heart sing the same way I would with actual ready to wear that I'm curating right now. Yes, huge price difference. Like we're talking about at least 10, 20 times price difference here. But it's really like it's the long goal. It's the long-term goal that I should shoot for, and I'm still working on it. It is a struggle. It's a constant struggle, and to the point you're making earlier about your low buy, I don't have that goal for myself, but it is a bit of a tricky roller coaster, even with my goal of just curating the perfect wardrobe for myself because it does get expensive. So at what point do you like what are the other parameters, right? So I have to start thinking about those parameters. So far, I'm doing okay, but it is getting very dangerous. I'm buying not just pre-love, I'm buying brand new from store too. And if that's not a hint, I don't know what it is. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's
It's a lot.
getting very dangerous. So
Yeah. No, but I think for you, because fashion is your number one.
yeah.
It's so I'm gonna just relate to me. It's like I love makeup, but there's a tug of war, right? So yeah, there's a real tug of war, and of course, price wise, not comparing, just that it can get you can buy a little bit, and it can get a lot very quickly.
Exactly.
If I just use the most recent collection, which is the denim collection, I spent over $1,000 on makeup. Like what the?
Right.
It's what a little bit is that? And I looked at the bill, I'm like, wait a minute, that's a lot of money, huh? So, it can accumulate very quickly, but I feel like what has sort of helped me in a way that I feel like I have everything. Like if from makeup perspective, everything is like if there was a new launch right now, something that's amazing and it's so good, but I could go back to my wardrobe, my makeup wardrobe, and say like it's the exact same color. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it. But I think because when I was building this collection of stuff, I always found a gap. Like, oh, I like this bronzer. You know, this bronzer is a bit more red. and eventually I needed to add all of this. But right now, man, I have everything. I have everything, every brush. So it takes a lot for me, for me to buy a collection, like a lot, it has to be like the most amazing bubble packaging, which is what Marc Jacobs did. It was like, okay, I'll wait for it to arrive. Or something that's superb, like something that is phenomenal. So maybe that's where you, for wardrobe, obviously not in such quantity, but maybe that's what you're building, right? You're building that whole set of quality pieces, and you're still looking because there's like, oh, this pinky black one could be something useful for you. But there'll come a point where you would say, I don't need it because there's something else in my wardrobe already.
And that point feels very distant right now. I guess that's where I'm trying to say, like, it is hard to control sometimes. Like, and I feel like I've done okay so far, at least for the stuff I've shown you guys so far. But like even within those pieces, I think I was showing one of, if you haven't seen the video, go back and watch it.
I watched. It was good. Those are good pieces. I really like the.
You know how I was describing that Coco Cuba t-shirt and I was like, oh, should I get it? Should I not? Like that's something that I was very on the line for me, because yes, it's a beautiful, very iconic fashion piece, but it's not inherently something I would go for. And it doesn't, okay, so that's why I said I need to define my parameters even further, which is I think a good goal to have for, let's say, 2027. Because this year my goal was, as long as I buy a quality basics, as long as it's still neutral for me, I don't mind that it's color. I don't mind that it's pink and the pastel. It's actually, you know, I like that kind of neutral for me. So I don't mind it from that point of view. But it was a bit trendy because it was it's like if you wear it once, you wear the same thing tomorrow, everyone's going to know. So it was a bit trendy. It was a little bit older than I normally go for. So already I'm making justifications, like I'm actually going outside of my comfort zone for that. Will I wear it now? I guess, yeah, right? Like it's sort of like it doesn't quite satisfy these requirements I have right now. How often will I wear it? I don't know. It's not going to be as often as the neutral pieces, right? Like the pink one and the black tank top, the black t-shirt, I can wear them all the time. In fact, I've been wearing them all the time this summer. Whereas that one t-shirt was not as often, and it's one of those pieces that I started to make sort of like an exception, right? And I don't want to keep doing those things. And of course there's still winter stuff you guys haven't seen, but like it's like it can get out of hand, like you said, right? Like this bronzer and this bronzer, it's like just that little bit of shimmer that's different, but it's different. They're different. So you need both. It becomes like, but they're different. I still need it. And then it just accumulates really, really fast. So it's been good, but
how do you build I mean, yeah, wardrobe wise, right? How do you build something that, like, how do you set parameters for wardrobes? Right. Because unless you say, okay, unless you already list it down for yourself, say, I will get 3 coats, jackets in 3 colors, black, white, and beige. Okay. Then from there, you will break it down to say, okay, from there, I will have 3 or 2 coats of mid height.
Right, it keeps going, because then you can go with thickness too. You're like, oh, this is the warmth level, like super warm, and middle warm, and then light warm.
Oh, yeah, like, fair. So maybe that would be because how do you put parameters on that? That's hard.
Yeah, that's why I said it's tricky. It is really tricky. Like I am trying to figure that out as I'm also going through this goal of mine, right? It has been good, it has been fun, but it is not easy.
Okay. So I'm trying to like relate it to makeup. It's like I say, okay, I'll have 1 matte foundation and then 1 luminous, and then 1 that's a bit more like see-through, almost like tint. And then once I have everything, you would just recycle again around it. Like, why would you buy 2 matte foundations?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think some things are easier, right? Like if it's a black tea, well then, okay, sure, you can maybe buy a white one, and then I shouldn't need too many black teas. Like that one black tea is gonna satisfy a lot of occasions. But like the tank tops, I think there's so many like variations of tank tops you can get. Obviously, I already got the pink one and a black and a white one. I think those are quite quite like it satisfies a lot of occasions. But then the black one is a cashmere one too. So it's not quite weather-wise, it's like not quite summer. So I could still make an exception and buy another black one or another white one or black and white one. And so there's so many nuances and variations of
Fashion
going
is
through that.
tough.
It is.
Tough. And you are at the stage of building it, which is why there
Exactly.
are a lot of gaps, right? And not just gaps, right? Because everything will be fresh. Everything's, oh, I don't even have this, because you don't. In reality, you don't.
Yeah.
It will come to a point where when you have that 5 different types of black pants, you're like, I already have something similar, so no. But right now you
Yeah.
don't, right? So maybe the parameters is too early to set. I'm just saying, right? It's just saying, because you only started it last year. Who builds a collection in a year? There's no
Well,
way.
you know, the goal is to have like a capsule wardrobe of ready to wear, right? But obviously it is, I don't see it as being like a complete, like it's all going to be ready to wear. It's almost impossible. I have to mix and match a
Why
little
not?
bit.
Why not?
I mean, why not? That is the
bags
goal
are
to
all luxury
strive. But like
bags.
you said, it takes a long time, right?
Yeah, it takes a long time.
And it is a bit tricky for me. Like, I don't know if the parameter should be like an amount to spend, but then I don't know. Because that's also very tricky if you're buying retail versus pre-love. I mean, the retail one, you buy one retail is already blows the whole budget, right? So
Oh,
how do
let's
you
hear
do
the
it?
comment from Real Chuck. And actually, I watched some video as well saying this. Sorry, guys, missed the BV live. You can watch again. About the wardrobe. Maybe set a maximum of how many trendy pieces per season.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying not to get too many trendy pieces. Just like you don't want to get trendy bags or things like that. I'm also trying not to, because yeah, like everything I showed you guys, I love and I see myself wearing until I can't fit in them. But like for sure, that one t-shirt that I was still umming and ahhing, like I could see myself maybe one day get tired of it, you know, like it's a possibility. But anyway, I made that exception. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna have fun with it.
It's
But
beautiful though. I do
it
like
is,
the
yeah.
off what do you call it? Like one sleeve, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a bit quirky.
It is,
And it's
yeah.
trendy, but really iconic, because when you took it, I was like, oh, Cocoa Beach. It's like really recognizable collection. So
it is, and it is. And it depends on who you talk to, right? Like when I told Clara that I bought that one, she's like, oh, that's a good one. That's a very, very like iconic collection. And so some people will really appreciate it because they appreciate Chanel. They know the collections and they remember them. But other people, and I'm not saying it's bad or good, right? Like, but you can have different point of views. Other people are like, oh, but it's too recognizable. It's better if you just buy the pre-season, like stuff that are very timeless and you'll have it forever. You'll never get tired of it. And I agree with that point of view as well. And so I'm still trying to establish what I want, I guess, supposedly. I'm still experimenting myself. So it has been very tricky. But anyway, that's where I'm at progress-wise. Okay, I think there's another one after this. So unfortunately and fortunately, I suppose, I had a little bit of a health challenge last year. And so the goal that I set last year for last year didn't even pan out because I had quite a bit of health challenges that kind of put a stop on my health goals. And so for this year, I wanted to get it back. And I'm doing much better this year, at least health-wise, and start a new medication and all that. But it's, you know, like in all health challenges, it's always unpredictable. So you can just do your best. One thing that I did, which is similar to what you described earlier, is, you know, how like last year I gave myself the goal to, you know, at least exercise 10 minutes a day, like go for a walk, even if it's 10 minutes a day, at least do it. Just put on your gym clothes, because once you put it on, you're going to do it. Well, it didn't pan out, obviously, right? So this year, instead, what I started doing is I just started doing exercise in my bedroom. And one time, like even when I had Jerusha, you were not here, but like when I had Jerusha as a guest recently, and I was telling her we just started the conversation, right? So it was just a little bit of chit chat, and she's like, and I was saying like, oh yeah, I was just doing a bit of the wall push-ups, like the push-ups on my table, because I just do it when I can. Basically, if I have 2 minutes, I do something. If it's a little, not the type of squat you're doing, but like the type of squat I'm doing, like the assisted squat, I'll just do it because I'm like standing here anyway. Or if I'm waiting for my food to cook, then I'll do a few push-ups on my counter. Like just little bits and pieces of, you can say, functional exercise has helped. And it's something that you can't really I suppose like it's hard to put a number on it. Like it's hard to quantify how much you're getting better, but I feel stronger. So it's a very intangible quality. I think it's just every little 1% you do everywhere, every time you have like a minute, every time you're just using, for me, my muscles for something, I think it's adding up. And maybe it's a combination of, starting new medication and just trying different things that are helping. But the trend is better. So I feel like I'm getting better, at least from last year, because that last year was like, whoop, went down, right? So that's something that I started doing. So just like little exercises around the bedroom, instead of forcing myself to needing to go out and walk for 10 minutes. Like it was too much quantitative. It was too much like I must walk 10 minutes. For me, it's like, no, if I have 5 minutes, sure, I'll just like go around the block one time. If I have 2 minutes or even 10 minutes, but I don't want to go out, I'll just do a few push-up things, squat things, arm things with the weights that I have. And then that will be like my exercise for that part of the day. I could still do more throughout the day, but like it's just like when I have that 5 minutes, I'll just do it. If I'm waiting for my coffee, I can do it. If I'm just, I don't know, talking to my mom, I can do it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a little bits of times like that. And it's become not quite like a habit, but it's just like something that I'm like, oh, I have time now. I can do a couple of those.
That's great. And that's good because you're sort of telling yourself like, I have a quick task, right? Like you say, a quick task. I just do it, right? Because a lot of times when we do something, we always like, okay, we set a big goal for it, right? We're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna wear this and I'm gonna go out. I think there are just too many steps to it, and maybe it works when our motivation is through the roof, right? We are like really motivated to do it, but motivation is, sorry, it's a wave thing, right? Beginning of year, everybody feels motivated to change their lives. Give it a few weeks and it will fade. And that's just how it is. I think there are rare people whose motivation stays high all the way, but it's really rare. You'll have a bad day, you'll have, like you said, feeling well, and then all those things that you wanted to do is out the window. So it's good that you sort of like incorporate little things like, and it doesn't need motivation.
Yeah, I think
doesn't need it at all.
that is maybe the key here. Like I feel like it's not necessarily that I don't have motivation because I want to do those things, but I feel like when you have the goal is too big to achieve almost, it just feels like, that once you go for that 30-minute walk and then stretch an hour goes by, and then you feel like you lost an hour that you could have done something like, I don't know, clean up that. I don't know. It's just like there isn't enough time sometimes. And I'm not saying that that should not be your priority. I know like a lot of very fit people, that's what they do. Like that's their top priority. That's the first thing they do during the first part of their day, because they will need to get it out of the day. But I think a lot of us have also other priorities, whether your priority is children or work or whatever. For me, it's not necessarily that I don't have health as my priority. It's also a little bit of like what I'm capable to do. And like you're saying earlier, right? Sometimes you just maybe don't feel well that day, or maybe you just feel a little bit not as well rested, or you just maybe you have a little bit of achiness from maybe you just went too hard the previous day, or maybe your joints are hurting for whatever reason, and you're still capable of exercising, but maybe if you did the whole thing, you would just overexert yourself. So for me, it's like, it's not like I can't exercise, but maybe I just do a little bit, then I still feel good about it, and I won't feel like I didn't do anything, and it still accumulates, right? And yeah, so far it's for me, this maybe works better for me. I think I heard not exactly this tip, but I did hear this tip in one of the podcasts I was listening to. Now I forget his name, but he is a doctor, and he doesn't really do a lot of exercise, and he doesn't have a lot of chance to exercise. As obviously as a doctor, you're always constantly working, and if you're not working, you probably want to sleep. Like that's kind of how it is, right? So for him, he gets to do 5 minutes of push-ups when he's making his coffee first thing in the morning, and that's if he gets that out of the way, he feels good about it, and he feels like he accomplished it, and he feels at least he's done something. And sometimes you just need to feel like you accomplished something to keep doing more throughout the day. It's sort of it just gives you the momentum. And I feel like I used a little bit of what he said. I'm like, I'm not necessarily doing like push up for 5 minutes, but like I used sort of his concept, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. Sometimes I'm just standing, like I'm just standing here right now, and I could just maybe if you're
You can just
talking, I
squat
could
right
just
now.
do squats. Like if you're talking and I'm not, I could literally just squat. Like it's sort of the idea is do it while it's convenient and you're doing it, and it adds up throughout the day. So it can apply to not just exercise, but it can apply to like savings. Obviously, that's a little hard, but sometimes if you just have a few bucks, you can just put it away and you don't look at it. Over time, you're gonna have a lot of money in that jar. It's like things that you need to. For me, this has worked because I feel like this is easier for me to incorporate exercise and fitness, health, this whole thing together. So I'm happy about it, and I will keep doing it, and I guess report back again next year on how I can change this goal to make it better. But so far, I like it. And also the exercises that I'm incorporating are the ones that I learned from my well, actually, it's not physio. He's like, I think I talked about it on my reel. I met up with he's like a Pilates trainer, but he showed me a lot of exercises that were more my level that I can do at home, even if I just have a few things in the bedroom, just a couple weights, some of the bands. I just attach it to my table, and you're good. You just do those things, and you feel you can get easier as you do them, and then you know that you got stronger. So like I said, even though I can't measure how strong I am, but I am getting stronger, which is
You feel good.
Yeah.
Feel that's the measure. You internally you feel good. You don't realize that suddenly, something's different. So
Yeah.
that's you can't measure that.
You just
but
feel
you
like
feel it.
it's like, oh, today is easier, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's been easier this lately, so I can move up to the next weight. Like it's sort of like that, right? So very good. Last but not least, my goal, or this is work in progress, is to make more memory, because life is unpredictable. Tomorrow's not promised. So buying things are great. I'm still going to keep buying things, but I think I'm also going to funnel a lot of, instead of buying things, I'm going to funnel a portion of that into getting more memories, acquiring more memories, whether that is through traveling or seeing my friends or just trying something new, learning something new. So the travel part last year I talked about, right, didn't end up going anywhere. So that was not fun. And then this year, although we are traveling, but like you said, airfare is so expensive this year. So
Yeah.
we are still going. Obviously, we had no choice but to book the really expensive airfare. It's adding up a lot. Like it just feels like, oh my gosh, wish we did it last year. But in a way, life is too short, honestly. Like life is too short. Sometimes, like I said, tomorrow is not promised. Do that big trip with the family.
Mm-hmm.
It costs more, but if you have the opportunity to do so, everyone is available to go at the same time. Those are the memories you'll never get unless you do it, and you'll never regret it, because memories you'll never regret, right? Those are things that are so priceless. So yes, expensive, but priceless. So I'm glad that we are doing more traveling this year. This is a goal I definitely want to keep revisiting every year. Seeing friends more often. So this goal is, I told myself like I should see my friends more often, and we have. Obviously everyone has busy lives, whether they're busy or I'm busy, but trying. So that's okay. And learn something new. I don't know if I did learn anything new. I mean, I'm using AI a lot more. So is that learning? I mean, AI is helping me get information faster. So I didn't really go out to learn something new, but I should maybe think about that some more for the rest of the year and do something that scares me. Yeah. I need to be more intentional with those. So still work in progress.
This is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to travel, but I didn't make it this year. But I took that time to learn something new this year. So I took up coaching,
Right.
study.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which is so random, but it's been good. It's been it's mainly for myself. So one of my colleagues asked me, "Are you going to be a coach?" I said, "No, no, that's totally."
You never know.
No, I'm sorry. I don't. I mean, I like to learn it, but it's not something that I would go out to do. It's not my jam. Like I'm quite clear on that, because it's sort of just it takes a kind of personality to be a coach. Like I think you need a lot of empathy and a lot of a lot of empathy. Not just I have empathy, but you need a lot of empathy.
No, but like I said, even if you're learning just for yourself, like I want to learn how to do makeup properly. Even if I'm just learning it for myself and not become a professional,
so
it would still be nice.
You won't be a professional. Like you're not gonna even learn makeup. You're not gonna be a professional makeup artist. So like me, I'm gonna learn it, but I'm not gonna be a coach. So now that I've learned it, I realize actually, like those life coaches or whatever coaches they are, they have a lot of empathy. Like they patience, empathy is like they're so blank on the inside, but at the same time, but I can't, because if I hear stories about some sob story, I cannot disassociate myself. I'll be like, just do it.
No, it's true. It's true. Actually, now that I think about it, because we made these slides in January, and then my channel got hacked in February.
Not like I did about that. That's right.
Yeah, and now I'm remembering something, because I bought the serger machine that I always wanted to buy but never bought it. So it's not like a new thing, like as in it's not like I'm learning to serger, but I never had a home domestic size serger, and I decided to buy it and play with it. And so now I have more of like more tools in my disposal for more of my projects, right? My sewing things. So it's still kind of new, but not new. But yeah, I was forced to do something because I learned how to like get my channel back, I guess. But that was
that's true. There's one skill that every time I see it online, I always like, oh, that's so cool. But maybe I'll do this when I'm a grandma, is to knit.
Knitting is really good for a brain, actually.
Yeah, so maybe I should at least learn like now, just the basic skill, then keep it aside, and then when I'm a grandma, I'll be like,
a lot of new young people, like really young people.
Yeah, they're really good, and it's fascinating when I see them knitting, because it's not that I want to knit a scarf, but it's maybe I could knit a little booty, like a boot for Nato.
Yeah. You have to do 4 of those though.
Okay, maybe that'll be my 2027, like my learn something new just for fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So those are how we're doing. So I mean, tricky, but not super terrible, I suppose. Still work in progress. Always work in progress. another look at the calendar. Like when Kat was not there, I was saying how updated the calendar again. So by the 16th, because it's like Friday for me, right? Like Saturday the episode. So if you guys can send Kat or I your entries, the members, by the 16th, at least by the 17th, that would be great. Okay, 17th in my time zone, not Singapore time zone though. That's you guys 16th is over there is 17th, so that would be
Yeah, we haven't
great.
done one of those in a while.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I've been talking to a few members, and I was mentioning that like a few months ago. I was like, oh yeah, let's do because I think some members shared just kind of like when they got it at the time. I'm like, oh yeah, you must share this when we do our member sharing, and I totally forgot that we should have put it on the calendar this month. So it's gonna be good. So you have a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks to do that and send in your, actually no, 2 weeks, 2 weeks exactly to send in your entries. And that will be really fun. And
Let's
here's
take
our
a look at
email.
everybody's comment.
Yes. Should I do that? Okay, so this is just a reminder because we're going through the slides. A reminder that we do have our membership. There's 2 levels. Just go to our channel page, click on the join button, and that's how you can access our membership. And of course, Luxee Committee is the level that we'd love you to join, because that's the one that you get to participate live, and we love talking to you guys live, and we share a lot more behind the scenes stuff with that. So fun.
Wait, I'm gonna just excuse me a minute. Let me just get some water.
Okay.
I realized that ever since I gotten older, I seem to always choke on my own. Choke on my own saliva. So let me just get a quick glass of water. I'll be right back.
I wonder, is that an age thing though? So I came back from a birthday dinner earlier. We just celebrated. There's a lot of July birthdays, but today we just celebrated my stepdaughter's birthday. And so, but like we kind of celebrate everyone's birthday that is in July. There was like 4 of us. It's quite crazy. And mid-40s. Hello. Gold Coast, Joe. Wow, have a great time. That's awesome. That's awesome. Joe wants to renew her Seoul trip in November to renew her face. You guys are so close to like Asia Pacific anyway. Should be able to go. But yeah, it is still a trip. Need to make time for that. From Joe, I don't know what other bags to buy from H, but tempted to buy many Chanel and LV bags. You know how that is so funny that this thing is kind of 180, right? Like just a year or 2 ago, at least 2 years ago, we're all about Hermes, hardcore, keep the eyes on the prize, and then now it's like, no, Chanel, LV, way more fun. I think Chanel has been, like, I think it's a long time coming to have sort of like that change, that big change. Even though a lot of people hated it, a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. It's like, it doesn't matter. Everyone's talking about it, and there's actual substantial changes in the handbags, at least. Ready to wear is ready to wear, right? It's never ready to wear. Quality has always been good, but design-wise, very different, of course. But handbags have been kind of like dead in a way, and now it's coming back. Quality-wise, it's leather lining. It's so much nicer leather. It's just
leather lining. It's back.
No.
Maybe we're just tired of the other brands, and it's fresh. I think it's just really fresh to see. I mean, I liked the collection right from the start. I like when he first did, Matthew Blazey first came out, I was like, this is gonna do so well.
Like we saw
And
all
for
on the runway when he did change all the classic flap to the leather straps. I'm like, wow, like it's not like this is such a new idea, but it is much more comfortable, right?
yeah, and it's such a almost, I'm gonna say it like taboo, right? Because it's
Yeah.
taking away the chain. He's that first collection with the whole planets and everything, so iconic, right? Walking out like that, and he literally changed the codes. He just like wiped it off. Even the music that he used, that whole runway was literally saying goodbye, old Chanel. Because if you listen to the tune, um, no chains, okay, or very minimal. The quilts were a bit like there were some, but not really, not really. And then cuts that were so boxy, so androgynous. Just
Yeah.
that one collection itself, I think, shocked everybody. And then obviously it went up and down because it was a bad collection, weird stuff. And it took how many? Four drops. So that, then was it a fall winter? The planets one was a fall winter.
No, that one's spring summer, his first one.
Oh, spring summer.
Yeah.
Then after that they had the Cocoa Beach, and then they
Yeah.
had some the couture, and then now. So it took about 4 drops for what it is today, where even the ones that are like no are buying. four collections. It's quite not bad. It's a bit harder than usual, I think, because maybe some people like, oh, straight away buy, but
Well, in the
not bad.
beginning, it was more like, oh, is it a hype? Is all this like sold out in store? Is that even real, or is that created marketing? Like, fake news. It was all, we're still all kind of skeptical. Not all. There's a lot of people that love, a lot of influencers that love it, but and it's fine to love it or to question it. But like, I think for the general public, yeah, it's taken at least a couple of the runway seasons to be in store to really appreciate that. Okay, it's now it's really changed, and you kind of, the more you see it, the more it's easier to accept change too. Because at first it was so shocking. You're like, what? You can't have square toe shoe.
Yeah.
It's a rectangle, or
Yeah.
you can't have
Where are
like,
the pearls? Where's the tweed? Where's the
yeah.
everything? It was quite. It was very drastic. I can
Yeah.
imagine, right, from a Chanel lover who has always been buying these things, and the heavy tweed, or the tweed with the buttons and pockets and all of that, and suddenly it's like a men's jacket. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. But I did wonder if, like, because they have been collecting so much of this over the years, that after a few seasons, they're actually not bad. I can add this to my collection. So
Yeah.
because how many tweed jackets can you have, right? Maybe you can have a lot, but after a while, you're like, okay, something fresh. So it took a few seasons, but now they're like, okay, I don't mind this, leopard print shirt coming in, because it adds it adds something.
Yeah.
It makes it more diverse. It's already so Carl and so Virginian. Now it's like, wow. So yeah, really good.
I
Very
think
expensive. Everybody's complaining expensive.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I guess the expensive thing never really went away. It's always been expensive, even before. But before, maybe it was more accessible. I was watching Patty Yao. I was watching some of her reels, and she was saying how her mom's been buying Chanel in the 80s, and then her, I guess, in the 90s, and like, when she was but that's still a long time ago, right? And back then it was more accessible. If things went on sale, handbags would be included, like things like that there's no way. Like now everything is sold out all the time. You have to have a relationship, or you have to buy a lot in order to be VIP, to have access to things. And forget about handbags on sale, that's not even a thing. Like back then things used to be just more accessible, right? It was still expensive, at least, you're talking back then, money wise it's still expensive, but at least it just felt a lot easier to obtain. Whereas now, not only is it expensive, it's just not even possible to obtain, even if you have money. So it's sort of different from that point of view too. And I think that's the price is always going to be an ongoing challenge. But it's also just you can't even get it. So that's the
Can't even
part.
get
That's the
it.
hard part, right? But yeah, it's still at least it's still good change. I feel like after a couple of runways and seeing stuff in store, even I'm like, oh, I actually am impressed by a lot of things, and I like a lot of things. Of course, I'm not gonna like everything, but I never used to like everything from Chanel anyway. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like your jacket. It's a bit like the shirt that you bought, right? The Coco, it's Coco Beach, right? Coco Beach, but it's
Cuba.
the Cuba collection. The Cuba
Yeah.
collection, Coco something, Coco Chanel Cuba collection. I feel like some of the pieces in each of the runways that he has created, I remember something from it. That's actually quite special. Like for example, the first one is that brown jacket. Like if anybody wears that, you already know that's the first Matthew Bazzi collection. And then obviously
Yeah.
there are other pieces, right? But that was the one, the first look. Then the second collection, which is the Cocoa Beach one, is those like I don't know. Was it like the see-through one? Or is that couture?
No, that's
Maybe I'm confused.
couture.
Couture. Okay,
Not
couture.
in
Sorry,
store.
so I remember the Cocoa Beach. I don't think I saw that one. And then the couture one was all these like see-through chiffon things, like
Yeah.
what the heck? But I think as that fashion show it went on, then the pieces really came out, right? There was this skirt or something. Then the current collection, this one, Superman, New York, so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and a little pony hair. It's like all over the place once again, right? Yeah, there's that's why I said like his collections, whether you hate it or love it, everyone's talking about it. Whether it's
Mm.
positive or negative, it's like everyone's talking about it because it's so interesting. And I think that's what changes does to you, right? You either love it or hate it, but eventually even the haters will start accepting it.
Yeah.
Because change takes time to accept,
Change
right?
things out. Yeah, change things out. This reminds me of this like music. Music, like when you first hear it, you don't like it. New music. But because you hear it often enough, after a while you're like, you can't. It's like Madonna's music, but and anybody likes Madonna here. When I first hear Madonna's music, I'm like, what the? But because you hear it so often, even if you don't like it, you accept it. And they're like, yeah, not bad. Okay, you won't switch channels, or you won't turn off the music, right? So I think that's what's happening with his collections. You're like, at first you're like, get away from me. But after a while, you can't escape it.
After a while, you're just like, oh, I want one too. I go back in my
Yeah.
like even back when Carl and Virginie was around, like some of the stuff, people changed their mind. It's fine. Let's see more comments. Lil Nat Cat. Yes, my work issued me a locker laptop backpack, so I use that instead of my luxury bags these days. I store a tiny going out bag if I'm heading out. Yeah. I don't know. I never was really into like luxury bags for work anyway. It's hard. I think it's such a hard work and lifestyle to maintain. I think unless you have a true lifestyle, like you get driven everywhere and you can fly first class or you can fly private jet, it's so hard to always wear luxury and like work and stuff. Like most people are just gonna just do the practical thing, right? Lance still waiting for the SO selected in October, but only placed in February.
Huh?
That's so strange. Why they do
You
that?
waited until the early year to place it. That's weird.
Huh. Wonder why. Why wait so long? Like that's 4 months away. I mean, 4 months apart. That's almost like, do they do that? Interesting.
I'm gonna pull this one from Jen at the bottom. Jen's like, mine isn't that classic. I guess I never quieted my inner child.
Good for you. It's funny because I don't, it's true. When I was younger, I never liked the classic stuff. I like to be different. But as I get older, I'm like, I just want to be timeless and like not common necessarily, but in a way, it's sort of like you know you look the style doesn't go out of style, and it's like just maybe it's a little common. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm totally okay with that now. I don't need to be different. I don't want to be different. Even though everyone's still different, right? Like it's but not so different that you're like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know what I want to be.
I still remember because I would start working at the bank really early age. I was still in high school, and I remember because we had the director of the bank change. It was an old director, and then the young director came in, and one day he looked me up and down. He's like, "This is what you're wearing," and I was like, "What's wrong with what I'm wearing?" And he made me feel so bad because I feel like, "Oh my gosh, am I wearing so unprofessional clothing?" But in hindsight, now that I think about it, I'm like, it is a little bit like not office not office appropriate. Like it wasn't like showing any skin or anything, but like, I had these like skin tight cargo pants that was shiny, and then I can't remember what top I was wearing, but I just remember those pants, and I think he was questioning my pants probably, and I was like, yeah, this is trendy. It's like at the time it was like it's kind of expensive. It's from I don't know, can't remember the brand now, but like like Diesel or something. I can't remember. Or Parasuco. That was one brand that we had in Montreal. It was like those trendy young people that would buy it, and it was expensive to me, But at the time, I thought it was cool, but he didn't like it. So I definitely
Too
don't buy
bad.
things like that. I know, right? I mean, whatever. I did my job better than everyone, but like, or just as good as everyone, but like, he just looked me up and down like, this is what you're wearing to work? Like, yeah. And then he didn't say anything else. Anyway. I
see a comment here. Joe saying, there are so many things I bought, but they are lower priced bags in the luxury segment. Nice. Little Nat Cat saying, my collection can only be categorized as chaotic workhorses.
That's funny.
I think this is to your comment about addictive personalities. We just obsess over different things and different times of our lives, but we are indeed the obsessive type.
I think so.
I haven't done my race. I already signed up for 2 more.
It's
I
true.
can't stop
Like,
even
when
though I'm
you love
suffering.
something so much, or you obsess about something so much, you move on so fast too. Not that you move on necessarily not keeping the old stuff, but you're doing the current one, or you buying the current thing, and then you're already thinking about what you want next, and you're thinking about how to just have the whole collection, and it's never ending. It never stops. That's why bag piece is so hard. It's really
What is back piece?
Go figure.
Go figure. The Renegade Realtor. Dear Renegade, the Renegade Realtor. Happy Friday, ladies. Canton aunties in the house.
Canto aunties, that's so funny. We're all Canto aunties. I am officially turning auntie in a week.
Oh, yeah. You need your jade. You need your jade.
I need my
bangle, and then
jade. You already
you'll be
prepared for
Canton
that.
auntie.
I don't have jade.
Look at me. I've got a gold ring and a red bracelet.
Yeah. That's so hilarious.
Canton auntie.
I saw, you know, the jade you're wearing, like that kind, the ones on the wrist, because all my not my mom, but like my aunt, my mom's sisters, they all have. And then like one time I remember asking them because I can see they're wearing it, and I can see that it's smaller than their hands, right? And I'm like, how did you get it in? And I said, can you get it out? I remember asking them maybe a few years ago, and I can't remember what her answer was. I think maybe she said she's never removing it or something. Or maybe
Oh,
there's a way
I
to
mean, those
get
are
it
the
out, but
old days. They don't take it off. They don't take
yeah.
it off because it's they wear it when they're young and they just go
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
But this it does look smaller, right, than my fist.
No, but when it's close to your hands, it's put it close to your hand. Like, yeah, so hers is like not even there. No, it's like hers is literally at her wrist, and then I'm
Yeah,
like,
so
there's no
probably
way.
they don't take it off. They never
Yeah,
take
I
it
think
out.
they don't. I think that's what she said. Like I said, I don't remember what she said, but I was like, you can't take this off. Like it's a little stuck to your arm now, right? But
Actually, I could wear smaller, like even smaller, but taking it out is possible, but it is painful
you
because
have to
you
use
gotta
soap, maybe.
you just gotta squeeze your bone here like this.
Yeah.
So how the size of the bangle that I can wear is this big. It's based on your small knuckle to your largest knuckle. This is the width of the
Yeah.
bangle. So if you can squeeze your hand to really small, then you can put it in.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of times if you can squeeze into such a small bracelet, you probably wouldn't take it out. It'll
Yeah,
probably be
usually
like
won't
really
until
hard.
it breaks.
Yeah.
Maybe one
Yes.
day I'll buy one.
One
That's
day
so
you'll buy
tiny
one
that I'm
like
like, okay, this is the one I'm going to keep on my hands for life.
that. Oh, here, that's a good one. I try to take the stairs rather than the elevator. Walk rather than take the cab or the bus, subway. Hard to measure, but makes a big difference. Totally. Totally. I know that's a very common thing that a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, like people try to do because it's so hard to get your steps in North America, especially. Maybe not in Asia.
Mm.
Maybe it's not a good thing because in Asia you guys walk everywhere, but like in North America,
Only in
we drive.
Singapore and Hong Kong, I think. Only Singapore, Hong Kong, maybe Bangkok. But Malaysia, no.
Okay. But you know, you get the idea, right? Like we drive everywhere because everything's so
Mhm.
far. You know,
Yeah.
lug groceries like for miles and miles. You're not gonna do that. So, and then everywhere we go, it's kind of far. So we literally
Yeah.
don't have a lot of steps. Natural everyday lifestyle. You don't get a lot of steps in
Mhm.
unless you make the effort to actually go and walk. So that's why it's common for people to say here, like, oh, park a little farther so you can walk to the mall or to wherever.
Mm.
And then you get like, you know, back and forth, more steps that way, or take the stairs instead of elevators. Even though a lot of us still don't practice it because you're so used to convenience. In fact, most people will try to park as close as possible because they want to like just sort of have the convenience. It's such a mindset switch for you to need to remind yourself to do that. But like you said, it does add up really fast. It does.
Zaya. Still waiting to get my first Chanel bag, but Blazy may be the one to make a design I can pull the trigger.
Mm.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Also been using my Mini Kelly for concerts and it's been perfect. That's been my mindset. Yes.
I was using mine today. Not going to the concert, but just dinner.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do more of. I don't do that all the time, but like I want to do more of that. I want to wear my nice things, even if I'm not like really going anywhere that fancy. And sometimes I might just like today, I just went out for dinner, nothing much. I'm trying to just wear my fancy things, you know, like why not?
Why
Right?
not?
Yeah, you don't have
Dying every day.
Yeah, there's a really nice comment in my video. She's like, "Every day is a special occasion." I'm like, "Yes, totally agree. You should make every day your special occasion." So I'll try to do more of that this year because, if I'm buying all these nice things, I should wear them as often as I can, right? Which is
Okay, let's ask the audience. Okay, you're watching. What goal nobody has said or told us or haven't told us? What goal have you set for yourself early this year that you are still going strong on, and what have you failed? What have you failed? Come on, fess up. Fess up, fess up. It's been hard not rotating, but it's okay. It could be worse. It's been hard, yes.
Let's see. I'm looking forward to being able to reach for my nice things, but it's been hard. Not rotating, but it's okay. It could be worse. Yeah. I think it's just the having at least that constant reminder in your head. Because I don't wear my nice things every day either. Like I just said it earlier, right? I try to, but I don't. Sometimes I'm just too lazy. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to the grocery store. I don't need to look that nice. But you know what? If I'm out at least for an hour or two, I should look nice. You just wear it. Just wear it.
Real chop. Goal. Save more, spend less. Total fail so far.
It's hard to
Yeah, this is
balance,
hard.
huh? Because I had that conversation with my brother too, very briefly, but because he was saying how he's still working really hard because they want to maintain a certain lifestyle and for the kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, true. And I know he works really hard, but I said at the same time, I'm not saying to do that or not to do that, but I'm just saying like at the same time, I just feel like, tomorrow is really not promised. Like I said, it's not just about me. Like well, there was just a funeral last week that I went to. Like sometimes life is just as fragile as just like the next moment you're not there anymore. And you would have wished that you took that, I don't know, better flights with your family to go on that trip. Maybe you wish that you stayed at that nicer hotel or went on that trip. Like maybe you wish that you just did wear your things more often instead of just collecting it. Like, not saying that we should do the extreme, but sometimes it's okay. Just wear it. Just do it because what are you saving all that money for anyway, right? It's to enjoy it. And you don't want to not be able to enjoy it before it's too late. And this, for sure, we can't predict it. So it is hard to manage the balance, right? Because you want to save for a rainy day, but at the same time, you don't want to save so aggressively without enjoying some of it and not reap the benefit of it until it's too late. Like, yeah, it's so philosophical, but I don't know the answer to that. I'm just saying like it is a hard balance to achieve.
Joe, I signed up to do a full marathon and high rock solo. I'm doing a marathon. You're like, yes, good luck. You got it.
That's
no
hardcore.
problem.
Oh my gosh. You guys, applaud you. Hydrox. Never mind. I'm just doing my push-ups here. That's enough for me. Like my goal is so like even though it doesn't matter however your goal is, it's a goal, right? My goal is I just want to look more toned in my clothes. I don't need to have like muscle definition and six pack. Like that's not what I want, but I don't want to have like a super flabby body. Like obviously our age too, it doesn't help that our hormones are going crazy and haywire. It's not helping. But like it's I just want to maintain some sort of figure that is still presentable and that I'm used to seeing on me. And so that's why I feel like these little exercises are, they're not nothing. I think they're doing something. Especially
Yeah,
when we're so
for
used
sure
to
they're
little
doing something.
exercise to begin with.
fail. I've been trying to sleep by 11
Ooh.
p.m. every night, and it's been really challenging. Too much to do.
Yeah, me too. I don't sleep early at all. So bad. Try better. Try better. 11:30. 11:30, and then move way up back to 11. half an hour better every day or every week.
Yeah.
Every week, try half an hour better, and then work your way up to there. That's what I try to do. Like, I always go up and down a lot, but when I know I went over, like last night, I think I went to bed. I really watched too many episodes, but like last night, I think I stopped myself at 3 a.m. And then today I was like, oh no, I gotta go to bed earlier. So tonight I might have to go to bed earlier. The show is so good. Because okay, I don't know if you guys watch Arstal Chronicles, because it came out around the pandemic, during the pandemic years. And then they didn't film it for several years. So I had no idea that they did the sequel in 2023, but it wasn't on Netflix anymore. And then I didn't know where it was, and we didn't look it up until I looked at it on my phone the other day because I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's on Disney Plus. So we started watching it, and then I've been like, every day is like so many episodes, so good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have I been sleeping early? I think, I have been sleeping quite okay. Just maybe because I've been waking up earlier. And I'm just so tired. So by the time, even though I'm not telling myself to sleep early, I am like at 10:30, my eyes are like that. I'm like, I cannot get my eyes open. And then I'll lie in bed, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna play my phone. But the next thing I know, I'm asleep. My phone lying on my chest like that. I'm like, oh, I fell asleep. So I don't know if that's a good thing as well, like being so concussed that I can hardly function on the bed, like I'm totally dead.
It's probably.
But then I get to wake up early. I get to wake up by
I
6.
think it's a good thing.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm up.
Hey,
I'm awake, but when I'm up,
trust me, it's better to be out than to like lie in bed and not be able to fall asleep. Like that's always been my problem. Less lately, I do fall asleep quicker, not right away, but quicker. So I think it's been better too. I just don't go to bed early. That's the thing. I don't go to bed early. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's not early. It's like all over the place. Literally, that's my life.
I think sleep is so hard. Like, yeah. As I've been trying to get my video projects done. Recording good, not so much on editing. Yeah.
Me
too.
It's hard these days, though. It's hard to be motivated with what's going on with YouTube. I almost feel like I prefer doing live streams because I don't know, like live streams, you can elaborate on what you're saying, and then sometimes you can go on a tangent and start talking about something else. Sit down videos, I still like, for me, I enjoy the process of doing it, except it is less motivating to do it because the feedback, like the watch, the views and everything is lower, and it does discourage you. No content creator is gonna lie and say like, oh, it doesn't matter. No, it matters. Analytics matters, but the process I still enjoy. Like, I do enjoy editing. I do enjoy doing it, because for me it's a form of learning too. Like, sometimes I watch myself and I'm like, oh, I say too many things like, and I hate that. I see it. when I do my live streams, I say like a lot of time. I know that. And I'm constantly have to remind myself to not say it as often and to almost intentionally think about not saying it. Yeah. But that's a form of improvement, right? And you don't know and you don't see it or realize it until you're watching yourself back. So the editing process actually, for me, it's entertaining. Just like editing myself out. It's like, take this out, take that out.
So, Amy, I'm going to ask you, so what's one goal, if you had to pick on all the things that you have said for yourself, what's one that you definitely want to work on, at least for the next 6 months? Like continue or work on of all the things that you said.
Yeah. Obviously I'll ask you back the question too. Obviously, the whole ready to wear, like the wardrobe thing, I wanna make it better. I just don't know how exactly yet. Because right now I'm just chugging along, like you said. I just whatever I find, and you can't predict what you find in a pre-love market. Sometimes, if it's just there, and if you don't buy it, someone else is gonna buy it. It's sort of like that. You just have to buy it sometimes. So I don't have like a good rule of thumb, like, oh, maybe I should not buy this and wait. Like, I don't have such a good way of determining yet. I'm just going by how I feel in the moment, and whatever I come across. So I definitely want to work on that. But more importantly, so that's my second one that I want to work on priority wise. The first one that I want to work on the most is definitely the health and the fitness. I think that's so important. The most important, definitely number one priority for my entire life, because without that, I can't even enjoy everything else. Right. And it's been a challenge to figure out, like, oh, how I can do it. And like, I tried different things in the past years, and I think I found something that's working because it's convenient. And maybe it just coincided with, me seeing a lot of specialists and getting a lot of tests and trying different medications now. And so like, maybe it's like a coincidence that I'm, my body is adjusting to different things. And then I'm also doing better from last year. And then, so I want to continue that momentum, but also like, I want to do more without doing too much, because I know my body has limits too. So that's definitely the one I want to improve the most.
Good.
How about you?
I think for me, it would be the stop negotiating with myself. I have to work on this, and I want to work on it because I have seen benefits by stopping negotiating. But not I haven't succeeded, but things like, waking up, throughout the week, there are a lot of little decisions in my brain that I always put aside. So by stopping myself from not negotiating, I think I've gotten a little better being more productive. It makes me sound like I'm not productive at all, but I think I have definitely slacked off. Okay, slacked off from waking up a little later, sleeping a little later, not doing, like, promising to take my dog out, but I'll do it an hour later. So there's a lot of little compromises that I'm doing because I negotiate with myself. So I think that's something that I want to work on, continue to work on this year. Even the feeling tired, I'm going to have a drink. Even that is negotiating with myself, right? So try to keep with that. Even saving money is part of that, right? I say, oh, I'm not going to buy it. And then I negotiate myself, I'm going to buy it. So I think that's number one for me. And if I can conquer this, I think other things will fall into place for myself.
How do you think you're gonna negotiate with yourself? Because I want to know too. We're all doing too much
No,
negotiating with ourselves.
yeah.
It's
So okay,
hard.
I'll give you like, let's say a day of my life, right? Day of my life. At night is when I'm the most motivated, because like at night I'm like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. So if I like usually at night I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow earlier and I'll start my day at 6 and I'll make sure I go walk Nato at early morning. Then I can, wash the clothes, do this, do that, and I'm gonna read the book and I make like a whole laundry list of to dos in my brain the night before.
Yeah.
But then in the morning, it kicks off badly because I will wake up late.
Yeah.
And it just feels like, start of the day bad already.
Yeah.
Because then it's just a domino effect, right? So and it always starts off with me negotiating myself to sleep a little bit more because I'm feeling tired. But there are days that I don't negotiate myself. I hear the alarm, I'm like, get up. Yeah, it's literally like that, right? Because it's like such a force. Get out. And I'm sitting at the side of the bed like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm dying in the minute I'm dying. But the few times that I managed not to negotiate myself, wow, what a productive day it was. Woke up, walked Nato, said hi to a few neighbors, came back, did things in the morning, and then even before 8 o'clock, wow, I've done like 5 things. Like, wow. And I have a really good rest of the day, right? Most of the things that I set in my mind, I suddenly found time. So it's so interesting that kicking it off right in the morning, because I don't tell myself to sleep a little bit more, has been really good for me from a day to day. Now, saving money and all that, that's another negotiation, but we just talk about the day itself. Yeah, it starts off with me saying, sleep a little bit more.
So I guess my question is like, how do we get to do it like without negotiating with yourself? Like, what is the trick to just
You don't negotiate. You don't negotiate.
how? Like,
if you say I'm gonna wake up, I am going to wake up.
so you
There's
have to
no
just
negotiate.
So basically, you
it's
just have
literally
to be
black
committing.
or white. Yeah, it's commitment. And I think what I've done is break the commitments into small bits, because if I make a big commitment, like let's take for example, your exercise. It is quite a big commitment you made for yourself, because you said, I'm going to wear the clothes, I'm going to find the time, I'm going to walk out, I'm going to do the exercise. Actually, there are 4 things that you committed, 4 or 5 things you committed, which is really hard because you can do one and you could fail the rest. So what I've done is break the commitments into just small, quick commitments. Wake up. That's it. But yeah. And it's even, and if I can break it up even more, like I can break it out, like you hear your alarm, don't snooze it. Means you have to wake up lah. You just make like, because you can snooze and then continue. So if I hear it, I'm out of bed. So that's the first thing. Right? Whatever I do after that, then it's small steps, right? One by one. Yeah.
That's a good one. So just basically do it. Just wake up. Just don't snooze. So like, I know hypothetically very hard to do. How do we apply that to, say, your low spend thing, right?
Oh.
Right.
So possible, like I actually have a small one that I do, and like you said, little bit makes a little mountain. So for me, my problem is I have no self-control, right?
We don't.
So
we
what
all
I've
don't.
done, I don't have really bad no self-control. So what I've done is every time I receive a little bit of money, like whether it's from an ang pao or maybe like from YouTube or from I don't know, from my gym. Okay, so I get a little bit here and there. It's 100 there, 200 there. It's like, bleh. But every time this money comes in, I siphon it out straight away. I don't even
See it in
I
your
don't even
account.
let it sit. Yeah, I don't. So I siphon it out to a savings account that I can't access. And I've been doing it for a few years and it's been good. Bye. And I can't access it because you know why? I send it to the government.
Oh,
I don't know if in Canada you have it.
we have, well, it's like saving for retirement.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can only do up to a percentage of your income. You can't do more than that.
Oh, but you put extra?
No.
Oh, okay. So here you can top up. So I siphon it out because
Mm,
otherwise I'm gonna be very tempted, which I have
yeah,
done multiple times, to dig into my savings. And
yeah.
this is something that's really hard for me. So one of my small saving habits is whenever I receive this additional, like, surprising, I got an ang pao, or I get especially Chinese New Year, I get a few ang paos here and there. Bam, out. If somebody gives me, like a $50 birthday present, bam,
Yeah.
and
I guess
it's
here,
instant. I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to see it.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because here, for in Canada anyway, or even the States is similar, I think. In Canada, it's called RSP. So the reason why it's only a certain amount and you can't go over it is because that amount of money is tax deferred. So you're not paying tax on it the current year that you're deferring, that you're putting it in, but you can't go over like 18% of your current year's income or last year's income. So it's always like that. It's a percentage of your income. So the only way I can see you doing that, it wouldn't be on the retirement one. It would be on just your own investment account that is, you can still access it, but it would be a little bit harder to access it because every time you withdraw, then, it becomes tax. Like if you make profit out of it, it would be taxable. And then like you just, whether you want to do it now or later, it's sort of also sort of like your opportunity cost, right? Like let it sit longer, compound, have more time to make money. So that's why, I mean, you can do it. You just have to do it on your own and manage it on your own. Not on your own, but like,
Right.
manage it as in your own investment, not with the government, right? Because yes, the one that you put in the retirement savings, if you take it out early, you're also taxing the amount that you have to pay tax on that amount the same year that you're going to take it out. So you don't want to do that, right? Because you're already making a certain income that year, and then you take out more money from your retirement, you're adding that to your tax bracket, and your tax bracket can jump from one to another and pay more taxes. So you want to
That's
defer the
complicated
tax.
for you.
It's so annoying. Yeah. So
It's so
that's why you
annoying because
tax defer that.
you want them to save money. I mean,
It's
the
not
government wants you to
very,
save money, but
it's
it's
not
not.
conducive. It's not
Yeah. Well,
conducive
for
to.
here we could. There's a cap though, how much you can put in. But it's
Mm,
not that all this small money will hit the cap. It never does. But it's a good habit that I have put in place
right.
for the few years where I just siphon it off. And obviously the temptation of taking out, I don't have it. I just can't. So it's really good. So to help with my low buy, I think I might do that for some of the salary money. I think I will start to do that. But it's scary because it goes in, you can't go. At least these are all
Yeah.
like peripheral money, right?
Yeah. I guess like right now, as I think from our conversation, basically it's to just do it. Like commit to the item you're promising yourself to and don't even think about it. Just do it. And one thing leads to another, you will achieve your goal easier that way.
Correct. Okay, we can answer this quick one. Okay, what if your total productivity is constant and you can't really be increased? Those sleep-in mornings allow for more productive days. This is possible. Like you only have 24 hours, right? And obviously you're sleeping in and then throughout the day. But what's happening for me is I have become unproductive. So it's not constant. I have become unproductive because there are moments throughout the day that I have wasted. And I know nobody can be at 100% throughout the day, but I'm sure I can ramp it up to wherever I am to a little bit more, which is why I find that in the mornings, I'm really unproductive. A morning is like I wake up, I on the bed, play with my phone. Next thing I know, it's an hour later.
Right.
And then I'm rushing out and I have commitment, right? I have to feed my dog. I have to take it out for a walk, pee, poop, and everything. And that takes time. But I've already lost an hour. So just small adjustments like that is that I'm not at my optimal. So I find that because that happens, I feel bad. So internally, by feeling bad, I don't feel good for the rest of the day. Yeah, so I like to start the day feeling good and feeling like, wow, I accomplished so much in the morning. You know, I cleaned the house, mopped the floor, feed my dog, whatever, walked a bit, did all this stuff, even cooked eggs for myself, made a coffee, set up, read my blah, blah, blah. And the workday hasn't even started. And I have a fantastic day. It's like, I don't know, it's like a mini achievement, feeling good. But maybe for a lot of people, like because I don't have kids, right? You can really laze around the whole day. For some moms who probably like, that's my everyday. I get it. But I don't. My child is my dog who stares at me like, are you waking up? Because I need to pee. That's it. That's it. So the context, right? The context of feeling productive. Yeah. And I read a book, read a chapter. Wow, so good. I love it. But yeah, so definitely that'll be one thing I want to continue working on. Yours is like, I mean, that kind of overarching thing for the rest of the year. And we will revisit how many things I've negotiated on and not.
For sure. Stay tuned for next January on this. But yeah, so members, remember to send us your entries, and then we'll see you next week back on my channel. We'll have a members live. More on Chanel, yay. But have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.